how to follow the authority as it is without deviating intentionally or unintentionally. Like we know, there are different kinds of intelligence, first class, second class, third class. We generally are in the third level. So how to transcend it? So, you see, in the modern day world, if you tell we have to follow authority, we have to surrender, we have to dedicate ourselves, all these things are not appreciated in the modern day world. The moment you say authority, people will look at you differently. What is the authority word and all he is using? What is this authority? I am independent, no authority, I am my authority. Why I listen to your authority? You see, the whole meaning of the word has changed. Connotation has changed. Meaning has not changed, connotation has changed. Because in today's world, as Kali Yuga progresses, people value independence more and more. The more independent you are, the more glorified he is. See, left home at 14 years of age, came out of his house. How independent he is there. This is to be glorified. Look at that woman. She got married within 6 months. She divorced and came out. Independent woman. Congratulations. This is to be glorified. This is modern day thinking. Alright. In Vedic times, it was the reverse. The more independent you are, the worse off you are. The more dependent you are. Dependent on whom? Dependent on Krishna and Guru. The more glorified you are. That is why Krishna tells in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Krishna says, you have to give up all your independence and surrender fully to Krishna. So modern day, if you tell somebody who is ingrained, independence, freedom of expression, freedom of food, freedom of choice, freedom of this, freedom of that, you tell him this, he will say, oh, what is this? You are asking me to surrender. Why should I surrender? Right? So, you have to understand that these values of surrender, following the authority, being obedient, all these things come by our association. What kind of people we associate with. Nobody is born thinking, I am independent. Nobody is born like that. If they associate with people who have that independent mentality, they will also become like that. If they associate with people who have that obedient mentality, they will also become like that. Of course, if somebody is a Hiranyakashipu or a Ravana, you cannot help it. That's a different matter. But generally speaking, the people, just like in the olden age, the culture was different. Everybody had that obedient mentality. Arjuna tells Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, this was 5,000 years ago. Pujarha varisudana. He says, Arjuna, seeing the battlefield, Kauravas arraigned on the battlefield, he said, Oh Krishna, how can I fight? Pratiyotsyami, pujarha, ishubi, katham aham, ishubihi pratiyotsyami, pujarha varisudana. How can I shoot arrows at Dronacharya and Bhishma? They are my worshipful elders. They are worthy of my respect and my worship. How can I shoot arrows at them? Ishubihi, with arrows, how can I attack them? Not possible, Krishna. See, that's the culture he was brought up under. Today, first we will say, where is the arrow? Bring the arrow. Why arrow? Bring one gun. First I will shoot. No problem. My father is not giving me pocket money. My father is not giving me property. He wants to give it to my brother. First to take out gun and shoot him. It's the other way around. So, why? Because the culture has changed. We are not living in the same culture. So, the association that you keep determines the values that you develop. So, you are known by the people, by the association you keep. So, if there is a very good man, very sober man, never drunk alcohol, you put him into a group of friends, 10 other friends who are all drunkards. What will happen? That one man will become a drunkard. On the other hand, you bring one drunkard into a group of 10 friends who are all teetotalers, never drinking and all that. What will happen? All 10 people will become drunkards. It's the other way around in Kali Yuga. The force of bad, this one, in olden ages it used to be different. One drunkard comes into the association of 10 good people, the drunkard will become good. But in Kali Yuga, one drunkard will turn all the 10 people into drunkards. That is Kali Yuga. Because people's values, cultures, these are all very weak. Foundation is not there. Philosophical foundation is not there. So, if you associate with devotees, you will develop the same mood and feelings as the devotees. So, devotees are all in a mood of surrendering to Krishna, surrendering to Guru, being obedient to Krishna, being obedient to Guru, being obedient to authorities, etc. Because if you have to be obedient to Krishna, you have to learn by being obedient to your authorities. That's where it begins. If you are not obedient to your authorities, then what you will be obedient to Guru and Krishna? Giving prominence to their desires, we will want to please Krishna, we want to fulfill the desire of Guru, not my own desire, not my likings and dislikings. Just like you see Arjuna at the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna said, no, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight with my relatives, I don't want to kill them. But when he understood that Krishna wants him to fight, he said, okay Krishna, I don't want to fight, but if you want, I'll fight. So, to be able to put Krishna's desire before my desire, that requires spiritual advancement, which comes in the association of devotees. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Koi, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Koi. Association of devotees is very, very important. If we associate with people who value freedom, independence, those kind of things in the outside world, we will also become like them. If we cut off association with the material world, materialistic people, and we associate with devotees, we will develop the mode of surrender. That is why out of the 6 principles of bhakti, 6 practices which enhance our bhakti. What are the 6 practices which enhance our bhakti? One of them is to janasangasya laulyamcha. One is to give up material association, and sadhu sangha, to associate with sadhus or like-minded devotees. So, if we associate with devotees regularly, if we associate with Prabhupada, your devotee, by reading his books and following his instructions, then gradually our surrender will increase, our humility will increase, our obedience will also increase. Okay?